Next, we have scent stacking. It's about layering fragrance. It's very sensory.
Oh, yes.
Welcome to the Business and Pleasure of Flowers. We're your hosts, Fonda LaFever
And Lori Wilson. And we believe that business and fun are a perfect combination. Kind of like us, Fonda.
Good morning, Lori.
Good afternoon, Fonda.
Whatever you want to call it. Okay, so it really is afternoon.
It's morning for our guest. Not really our guest, our other co-host, sort of, that comes and goes.
Well, it could be morning for all those who are listening. So good morning.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And
we have our trend predictor.
Thanks for the intro, ladies.
well, that's what I was saying. I was trying to intro you, and Vonda wasn't playing along with my segue. So
It is still morning here. So
That's
good morning.
Good morning. Ellie, might I add, I thoroughly enjoyed your interview with Angelique.
Thank you. I took the reins. I don't remember the last time I've done that. So I was missing my two,
I know it.
the business and the pleasure, but made it work.
You two brought business and pleasure, though. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed listening, not having to speak.
Yeah, you enjoyed the week off.
Yes, it was quite delightful. And we've been trying to get her on for a while. And I just know your schedules.
Yep, finally aligned.
Yeah. So that was really, really good. We enjoyed it. And then we're having you back on
Yes, you are.
because you're our trendy girl.
Trendy girl. Yes. So we did this last year and I was asked back. So I must not have done a terrible job. But every year there's all kinds of trend reports. And today we're going to talk about two different ones. Right, Vonda?
We are.
Pinterest always comes out with their trends of the year. And then you're going to talk about floral specific ones that are released.
And those are released from Marginpar, which is a European flower company, and they have great trends. And this one specifically, they asked Mike Burma from the Burma Institute in the Netherlands, and he gave us some really cool trends. So we'll talk about those too. It'll be interesting to see how they align because you and I haven't talked.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Question though, before we start all of this, the trend that we haven't discussed, and we haven't even talked about this in a meeting, a Flower Click meeting, which I think is interesting, but I've talked about it with some Flower Click members, and I've even talked about it with Bill Doran employees. The elephant in the room, if you will, and I don't know if you guys are going to touch on it, is the color of the
Pantone color of the
or lack thereof color, because actual color. Thoughts of the two of you on what you think.
I understand their sentiment and reasoning behind it, where it's like it's a moment of calm, serene, everybody is just full of chaos. Like, I understand that sentiment.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit safe. It's a lot safe.
Very safe.
It's pretty, ambiguous. It's not taking a statement, or maybe that is them taking a statement.
Right.
Either way, there has been a ton of discourse. Some people are cool with it, and a lot of people are not.
Right. I was thinking
It's an easy thing. It's an easy thing to do. White? Okay. Like,
yeah,
you're not taking necessarily a prediction.
Right. I agree. We were talking about it in a meeting, and again, a lot of people do have thoughts, strong
thoughts.
And I was saying, from my perspective, go about it the positive. Number one, white goes with everything.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It goes with any color. From a bride perspective, hey, great, it's white. And but they were just saying they're seeing so many florists like legit angry.
Yeah.
About this. I'm like,
At least it's easy to implement for florists.
right.
Like, one of the trends that we're going to talk about today is a color that's not the most found in nature, should I say?
Right. There's so many white flowers. There's so many, that you can add.
I think also we had our sad beige moment like a few years ago. I mean, there's been a couple rounds of like everything is very white and minimalist and clean, or like sad and beige and then wasn't sad at the time, but everything was a very beige interior. I think like it would have worked for one of those years, but now everybody is like maximalist, full of color, like full of stuff, full of antiques, full of vintage,
Right.
I just don't think that this was the right year to do it. I think they missed the mark a few years if they wanted to do that, but that's just my opinion. I don't really have something that's super strong just because it's a guideline.
Yeah.
It's
Same.
Yeah.
So, Vonda,
I just feel like people choose to follow it or not. So I don't think it really makes a lot of difference. Personally.
right.
Yeah, and we were already seeing a ton of white with a little bit of green for weddings. A lot of white for weddings already.
Yeah.
So, I guess in that regard.
Yeah.
It's fun.
My other thing was it never goes out of season. You can always have some type of white. It can be part of it, right? It's always going to be a seasonal color. So that's another way to market.
I wish it would have been a little bit more of an interesting white, like Sherwin-Williams and Behr and all of those. They have a lot of cool white colors, different white colors.
Yeah.
This one was truly like white.
This was white.
Yeah.
Very white.
So
whatever. I guess there's worse things in life. So, all right, Ellie, go for it.
Yes. So Pinterest Predicts 2026 was released last week. And so if you're a florist who's ever wondering what's coming next, not what just is trending right now, but what customers are going to ask for next year, today's episode might lend some details and insight into that. It's important to note that Pinterest trends don't come from opinion or the creative team at Pinterest. They come from a lot of data and real behavior that is utilized in all the data that they get from Pinterest in regard to weddings, celebrations, home decor, gifting, all of the things that florists touch on every day. So it really is relevant. Just forewarning, there are 21. So we're not going to get in deep to them. Also, I don't think a podcast lends itself to be able to talk about trends too much because you're not watching this entire podcast. You're listening.
Right.
So I'm going to try to make it as easy as possible for you to kind of get the gist of it. And then we can put the report in the show notes for you guys to see like the actual mood boards that they put together.
Great idea.
And obviously, it's important to note that you do not have to follow all these trends. But if you understand them, you get to choose strategically and kind of see what you want to incorporate to be ahead of the game for 2026. So let's start with trend number 1. It is cool blue. Pinterest is seeing blue everywhere from food, fashion, beauty, celebrations. It's not a dusty blue. It's like an ice blue, pool blue. Think of that. So with that, they want to evoke calm, clarity, and modern freshness. Last year, we had a trend called cherry coated that then we saw everywhere. Like everybody was doing a pop of red. So think of the cool blue as 2026's cherry. So it's the blue.
Okay. I like that.
The florist application, delphinium, tweedia, blue hydrangea. Those are kind of the pops in addition for the actual natural flowers. What do you think of that, Vonda?
I think it's great. I like that because there are some beautiful, interesting blue flowers that will work well into that.
Okay. Next, we have broached. So think of a brooch that you would wear. So broached is all about ornate details, vintage pins, heirloom jewelry, embellishment. So it's grandmother core, but elevated.
Okay.
The florist application could be, bouquet pins, all of the bling, embellishments, corsage accents. How many years ago was that a thing? Like 10 years ago? All the bling?
Yeah, well.
So we might see a resurgence of that.
Yeah, maybe longer even. Yeah.
Yeah, so that trend is less about the flower, more about the finishing touch to it.
The finishing touches.
Next, we have Vamp Romantic. So Vamp Romantic is dark, sultry, dramatic romance. These colors include oxblood, black cherry, plum, beauty trends that lean into gothic glam or floral trends. It's interesting because I was just on the phone with our friend Abby Chick, and she mentioned something how she wanted red and purple, like deep plums and reds that she's been getting requests for that. So I think that would fit into that. If it's Valentine's Day or those just like moody luxury arrangements, some of those dark colors really lend themselves to that vamp romantic.
Which is interesting because one of the floral trends is couture and romance. So that's kind of
Okay.
the whole thing. I'm trying to find which ones to bring this
Yeah.
in, right? So that perfectly aligns with this one.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say just interject with your trends as you see them.
And I'm listening.
And Lori, raise your hand if you have any.
Yep.
Okay, the next one is Afro-Bohemian decor. So this blends African influence with bohemian warmth. So you can think of like Nigerian textiles, Ethiopian wall art, all of those like really fun patterns and colors and textures. Using baskets as your vessel, using more of like the handmade look ceramics, earthy color palettes in the terracotta, the sand, the olive, that kind of thing. I think that would also work really well for fall if you're trying to think of seasonally how to incorporate it. That's where my head goes, is more of those warm home fall colors.
So one of the really interesting and my favorite floral trend is called open silhouette. And when you mentioned boho, that's where that came up with. And so the open silhouette trend began really originating with Instagram and Pinterest. You know how we had all the open stuff, and then Holly Chapel actually kind of helped bring that to the forefront. And it's really known simply as boho years ago. And then designers got together to kind of put a real name to it to make it more design focused. And the key is not just having it like haphazard in this design. It really needs to follow the golden rule. And it's not the golden rule we're seeing on Instagram or Facebook where, the 358, it means these things. Actually look up the golden rule and see what it means.
The golden ratio?
The golden ratio, the golden rule in flower placement.
Oh, I was
Okay.
thinking, you mean do unto others as you would have them do unto you?
Those flowers, those flowers need to be being nice to each other. It's
Flowers the way you want the flowers to
and
be.
because there's certain amount of flowers that need to be. This is the 3, this is the 5.
The golden rule specifically, it also comes from the Fibonacci sequence, which is the golden ratio. So
Correct.
golden rule, golden ratio, interchangeable. 3 focused flowers, 5 stems of greenery or texture.
No, it's not that. No, do not use that one because that's what they're saying is the golden rule in flowers, and that's not it. It's really the amount and it's the placement of those flowers that makes a difference in the golden rule. I actually sat in on this class that Mike gave on the open silhouette. And at that time, which was a spring, they had just come up with the name of it. But it was he and Gregor Lurch, and I think Hitomi was in on that. And they really dug down deep to the placement of the flowers and the vessel and how it all came together. So there is, I'm sure, a video out there on that. But just open silhouette and boho goes into your theme, and we can dig into that another time because it really is a lot to it. And I actually think Julie and I and Tim talked about that on our podcast post
About Amsterdam.
On our
I think
Instagram
that too, because you're bringing back when you guys talked about what you learned there.
Yes.
I'm like having a deja vu moment.
And sorry, I had to stop you on that because there's so many things online that are not correct by the 3 stems of this, the 5 stems of this, and the 8 stems of this.
That doesn't work. So you're saying that doesn't work?
That doesn't work. When Mike explained that to us, it's the distance and it's a placement of flowers, and the height of things, it's the placement, it's the width that all go in.
How would someone learn that?
I think you need to study the Fibonacci theory in floral design. Even Bill McKinley's book talked a lot about the Fibonacci theory. Buddy Benz talked about that as well. That in floral design. It's been interpreted so many ways that really are not correct. They're using, like you said, 3 stems of this, 5 stems of this, 8 stems of that. That's not correct. And I've had many instructors tell me that they really wish that misinformation wasn't out there because people were learning it incorrectly.
Okay.
Wow.
So it's about height, proportion, and placement, right? More so than the quantity of things.
Correct. The height, width, and proportions.
Got it.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. So now I threw you off. We're on number 4, boho.
Maybe we can have a whole nother podcast on that because I'm more confused than informed now.
Ooh, sorry about that. I can cut some of that out.
No, it's okay.
No,
I
I
just-
just leave it all in.
Yeah.
It's really
I
good.
just want people to know how to do it.
Yeah.
But okay. Next trend, pen pals.
Ooh.
Not so applicable to floral. It's about letter writing, intentional connection, slowing down. So you could have handwritten notes as an add-on that you're handwriting the card if you don't already do that. Maybe have a little station at the shop where people can write a little love letter and make it more of a moment when they come in to order flowers, especially for Valentine's Day. I think that'd be cute to have like a little desk. And so it's an emotional trend, which is promising because floral is an emotional business.
Love it.
Next, we have Fun House, and they have spelled house Haus. So Fun House is playful interiors, bold color, and whimsy. This might be something that you also have, where it's asymmetrical designs, bright color blocking, and sculptural vases. Got any floral trends that align?
Sculptural vases, perhaps clay creation. It's really organic looking shapes. It was started in Singapore, but it's basically about the container itself. So that would be this type of thing. Doesn't talk a whole lot about
What is your trend called?
clay creation.
Clay creation.
Clay creation, Singapore inspired. The final pieces are grounded yet whimsical, much like the structure is taken from one continent to the concept to another.
Okay.
I think that would work.
Next, we have Glamourati. Glamourati is high glam, old school luxury, gold, richness, drama. So you could think of this for holiday collections, gold accents, luxe flowers, gala centerpieces, things like that. Maybe old school Hollywood luxury glam, that kind of thing.
This one's elevated elegance, which would maybe be something similar. I would guess. Yeah. So it's way to elevate the elegance that you're looking at. So I think
Next, we have scent stacking. It's about layering fragrance. It's very sensory.
Yes.
So, you can think about marketing designs as fragrance forward, right? Having whether they're garden roses or stock or lilac or even eucalyptus. I think there's an opportunity. I think florists, we sell bouquets that are naturally fragrant, but it's not something that's like really marketed. So, fragrance forward.
I will say this is huge on TikTok. Huge. I can go down a scrolling rabbit hole of people, men and women, that have thousands and thousands of followers where they get on and tell you what perfumes to layer for the perfect scent. And it's like they're scientists, mad scientists. They know which ones to layer to get the perfect cashmere vanilla or the perfect floral, like where. And I've often thought, how could a florist take this concept? Because it's fascinating. I don't buy them, and they're expensive. Or you take these two high-end perfumes and this one body mist, and that's what creates this. And the way they describe it, you're just sucked in. And I'm like, from a marketing perspective, if you were good on camera and you design and talk about the essence,
the layers of
flowers, I would be sold immediately. So you could make this a really fun video, like weekly video to, smelly flowers. Make it kind of something kind of crazy. Like people are like, what?
If we pair the garden rose with the freesia, we get this beautiful.
Exactly.
And then you can lean into the names of the designs.
Yes.
Yeah.
And describe what it's going to smell like, with the hint of this. And even like right now during Christmas, even the greens, the foliage. So anyway, I love that idea.
Next, we have opera aesthetic. drama, velvet, grand entrances,
Mm.
rich color palette with red, burgundy, and gold.
I like that.
Moving
forward.
moving forward, we have Extra Celestial. So Extra Celestial is cosmic, iridescent, and glowing. So florist application, you could do iridescent vessels, airy. Think of things that are very airy, maybe floating elements, baby showers, prom, things like that. Next, we have Gimme Gummy. Playful, candy-colored, and youthful. I want to shoot a collection of this where it's like designs that are based on a candy bar.
Yes.
And then like whether it's Skittles or Butterfinger, and Skittles, all of the flowers are super colorful. And then you actually have Skittles like on picks in there. And then you have a Butterfinger one. Like, I just think that's so fun. And so that would be a Gimme Gummy
Love it.
option.
I love it.
I think a lot of people would order that for their kids.
For sure.
No, I don't know. Maybe their daughters or
their coworker.
Lori and I, we would order them for each other.
What would be the one you order?
Ooh.
Or that you would want to receive? The candy bar /
candy bar. I love a Snickers, but I don't think that'd be a pretty bouquet.
I know, same. Yeah.
I think it would be cool. It'd have to be elevated with like toffee roses and like I would like that.
But I would love a nerd gummy bouquet.
Yes.
That would be me. And I love
colorful.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The most beautiful thing in the world. And then nerd gummy little on sticks somewhere. I'm picturing it.
Yeah. Would make you happy, right?
Oh,
I think we got to shoot that next.
Makes me happy just thinking about it.
There we go.
Fonda?
Butterfinger, but again, color-wise, I'm like...
No, I dropped... That was the inspo I had, was a Butterfinger bouquet.
There we go.
What?
That'd be
it. It was lots of yellow and blue.
What about you?
I don't know.
What would you want?
Maybe like a Swedish fish, like pink and red with some Swedish fish.
You know what else you could do for Vaughn and I that would be pretty? Peppermint patties.
Oh, you love pepper.
Yeah. York.
What would it be?
Well, it's silver and green and black.
Black.
Okay.
Blue.
Blue or green?
Blue. No.
I think it's green.
Mine's
Junior mint.
Green. Junior mint. Green.
Peppermint patties. You're thinking...
Oh, they're blue. You're right. They're blue. So silver,
blue and silver, and
that could be a pretty one.
So that would be. We'll add it to
here's our other option. That's our plan. Our plan B.
Yeah.
Option.
We got a couple of options, Ellie.
Yeah. Honestly, I will eat any candy. I am not picky.
Okay, number 11. Are we on?
12.
I've lost count, but we are on Neo Deco. Neo Deco is Art Deco revived. So more geometry, emerald, marble. I mean, to me, this feels like Wicked. They have all of like their structures and the architecture is very Art Deco, but it's like almost futuristic.
Yes.
So very strong silhouettes with that. Do you have anything that relates?
So I would think maybe that new Insta style is what they're calling.
Yes.
One,
yes.
Right?
It's a very heavy design.
That's what it is. They're really heavy. They're just
statuesque and heavy.
Yes. And I think that's what would go with that one.
With the Neo Deco. Yeah, great. Next, we have Glitchy Glam. Digital, iridescent, Y2K. I love that this is back. This is like Xenon Girl of the 21st Century.
That's exactly what I'm picturing.
Yeah, the Y2K. I think it's not too soon anymore. I think they tried to do that a few years ago and it was too soon, but now it's good.
That's cute.
Okay. The next one is interesting. Cabbage Crush.
Cabbage.
So when I was listening to the Pinterest presentation that they were giving about this, they did talk about Cabbage Crush, and they were just saying that searches for cabbage are up like 300%.
The food cabbage?
So foods, recipes with cabbage, but also like cabbage items, like dishes or merch. And like I actually came across this influencer. Her handle is Cabbage's World. So I don't know if she started this trend or what, but it's like cabbage. So with that, ornamental kale. Lean into that, right?
Right.
Sure.
Or those veggie roses.
Yes.
So think of like this as like the farmer's market aesthetic.
Oh,
Like the Trader Joe's bags and the cabbage and the fresh, even like the carrots that have the leaves on the end of it. The root.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next is Darecations, adventure travel.
Mm.
Not really sure where we can go with this other than like elopement bouquets, durable wild designs. Not a ton for us
Yeah.
in that. There are two that I'm going to say kind of together because I'll have to dig deeper on what the difference is. The first one is Mystic Outlands. Mystic Outlands is foggy, moody, forest forward. So think of like a lot of moss, pods, dark foliage, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one that they have is called Wilderkind. Wilderkind is raw, wild, foraged. Think branches, pods, textures, nature forward workshops.
Yeah. That reminds me more of the like tigers, like a safari.
Yes. Okay, I'm pulling up Pinterest here just to do a clarification.
Yeah. Is that more
Mystic
safari?
Outlands is like fairy tale, whimsical meets like almost like Twilight.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
or folklore by
Or
Taylor
fairy
Swift.
tale of the, Beauty and the Beast running through the forest. And then the other one reminds me of Lion King.
You are correct because I actually saw this 3 years ago and I thought it'd be more of a trend, but dough print.
Yes, I remember when you had dough print.
I had a dough print. I just had to actually put it to the curb because I've had it for 6 years. I had a rug that was dough print. It is like a fawn dough print. Now I'm seeing people like do their whole carpet. Like I saw a whole closet.
Chair at West Elm.
Yeah.
And,
I
was
love
like, gorgeous.
I love the dough print, but they also have coats and things like that. So Wilderkind is animal aesthetic.
There you go.
Okay.
Butterflies, foxes, foresty. If you guys know what the tabby shoes are, they are these crazy shoes that have like a toe slit, so your toe is separated.
Yes, it looks
And
camel.
yes, it looks like a hoof.
Yes.
So people are wearing those, so they're almost like
Yes.
very animal forward.
I've seen them.
So what that means, just lots of moss, pods, grasses, butterflies. That's where I would take the Wilderkind trend.
So I'm not sure this is the right pairing, but the number one trend is 100% organic.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think that fits into that general vicinity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's 100% organic. And it says instead of using plastic water tubes, for instance, use bamboo because you can fill those with water and use that instead. So little things like that. Just using organic, 100% organic in your arrangements.
Very cool. Interesting.
Okay, next two that actually go together as well. The first is poet core. So romantic nostalgia, that kind of thing. So this inspiration image actually has a ton of red anthurium. Take it or leave it, but very like academic. So when you think of academics, a lot of times I think you think of like the strong colors, reds, greens, that kind of thing. The next one is laced up. So simply put, they were talking about doilies.
Wow.
They were talking about lace ribbon.
Which is interesting because it goes back to that vintage.
Yes. Yeah. And how last year, it was the influx of the bow. You put a bow on everything, right? The little tiny bows. This year, translating that, you do a lace bow on your candlesticks or your bouquets, whatever. So laced. But doilies were the main thing they hit on.
Yeah.
Vintage doilies.
Gosh, I better get mine out. Well, get them out, Lori.
I know it.
Out.
Know it.
And the last one. We are on the last one. This is Throwback Kid. Throwback Kid is primary colors, which I've seen this a lot with people online that have babies. They're dressing them in all of the vintage clothing, like to the extreme.
Wow.
So, yeah, vintage outfits, classic toys from the 60s. And yeah, primary colors mostly.
It's funny you say that because last night, and I was telling Vonda earlier, I was texting pictures to my oldest son of him when he was a newborn because he was asking, he's like, did I have hair? Because, their baby is due in May. And I was like, no, absolutely not. You were bald at least the first year. So I was sending him pictures and he and his wife were looking at him. And some of them had me in them and blah, blah. And he said, Amanda wants all of those clothes. And I was like, oh, all of your baby clothes? He goes, well, yes, but she also wants all of the outfits you're wearing.
Yeah.
Right?
I was like, yeah, I want all of those outfits I had back then too.
Right.
Right.
Everything. I'm like, I'm sick that I got rid of all of those outfits.
Also, I think there's a bigger picture here with like the vintage because I don't know if you've noticed when you're shopping, but because of tariffs and everything, the quality of clothing now is so cheap.
So
because
bad.
H&M still has to sell a $40 sweater and not a $70 sweater. And so the materials they're using are just horrible. And Chelsea, who's in the industry, my friend, warned me that this was going to happen. And now I'm seeing it everywhere. So with that, the vintage, that all of that is such good quality. And people are noticing that and they're wanting that. So I think it's just going to even become more of a thing. So that's all I have. Any floral trends that didn't overlap with those that you want to hit on?
The only one, I guess, that's notable is the Dutch garden style. But it never goes out of style, is what I'm thinking. It's
for sure
that garden style arrangement and beautiful varieties, beautiful colors. Almost, I mean, it really can't go to the throwback because it's not prime
classic.
Colors. Yeah, and it's just a classic.
Yeah.
Well, headdresses, they say, may be coming back some, but I guess they've never gone away completely. They just continue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Did you have a favorite, Lori?
I mean, I love them all. I'm trying to think of which one I leaned into the most. I love the scent stacking idea. Just again, marketing brain. And I'm like, oh my God, what a great idea. What a great moment they have. I love the gimme gummy. I love the throwback. I think if I was a florist, I would have a team meeting because I love a team meeting. And I would share this information or have everybody listen to the podcast and say, let's pick our top 3. Let's just start with 3 and let's run with it. Let's come up with some fun marketing campaigns for Valentine's Day. And let's go with it.
Well, and all really for the first and second quarter of 2026. Why not? Let's go.
Yeah. What do we love? That cool blue. Lean into cool blue. Oh my gosh. Ice blue everywhere. Everywhere. Blue goes with everything. Ice blue. I was doing Christmas shopping earlier online for the men in my life. Ice blues everywhere. Everywhere. And so when you brought that up, I'm like, oh my gosh. And I made myself a note, go back, buy those sweaters.
Yeah.
Because of the color.
Yeah, I think the big takeaway is you don't need to chase all of these trends. You just need to pick some, incorporate them how you can. Hopefully you've gotten some inspo from what we've said. And the good news is at Flower Click, this is what we do. We do look at this and actually help translate it. So that is what we do. We turn these trends into collections, into content, into strategies. So if you don't want to have all that pressure on you, you can always come to us and we can help you.
And we can be your trend for 2026.
Exactly. Love it. Thank you, Ellie. I love it. And you know what? I'm excited about our next photo shoot or marketing.
Me too.
We build into because things are going to come around. So
good inspo.
All right, girls. Got to get back to work.
Thanks, girls.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. We hope you enjoyed spending time with us because we enjoy spending time with you. If you did, make sure you hit that subscribe button or add the Business and Pleasure of Flowers to your Google morning routine or your flash briefing on Alexa. We look forward to seeing you next week.
So please come back and join us and discover how a bit of knowledge and one small change in your mindset can take you to new levels in your life and business.